We will call this committee of the whole meeting for June 22nd, 2020 to order. Nice to see everybody in person. All right. Are there any additions to the agenda?
Yes, Deputy Mayor, I have two things to add to the agenda. I would like to add number 7 under Randall Street infrastructure upgrades. We have the tender results from that. And then under correspondence, letter F, NRHS Safe Grad 2020 parenting group.
Okay. Can we have a motion to approve the amended agenda?
I second.
Moved by Gary Pence, seconded by Simon Long. All in favor? Aye. Motion passed. Can I have a motion to approve the previous minutes, May 25th, 2020?
So moved.
I'll second that.
Moved by Councillor Knight, seconded by Mayor McGillivray. All in favor? Aye. Motion passed. Any business arising from the minutes? Okay, being none, we'll move on to correspondence. Susan.
There's a letter from Nova Scotia Federation of Municipalities regarding the $14 billion Safe Restart program. In early June, Prime Minister Trudeau announced that up to $14 billion in federal transfers will be made available to provinces and territories through what is being reported as a state Safe Restart program. NSFM has worked with our members to collect detailed net revenue loss numbers from nearly all of Nova Scotia's municipalities. Living with COVID-19 means that municipalities are losing revenues in areas like transit, recreation, parking, and development permits, and more. The total expected shortfall for Nova Scotia is between $64 and $68 million. The lost revenues that we have tracked are separate from property taxes. They are based largely on user fees. Without additional support, these unrecoverable costs will be carried forward into next year's budgeting process, where they will have to be picked up by the taxpayer. With limited avenues to generate revenue and an inability to run deficits, which are difficult to get out of and add to future financial pressures, NSFM is requesting this unrecoverable shortfall be addressed through grant money from the province. And that is from Mayor Pam Mood. She's the president of Nova Scotia Federation of Municipalities, and that was to Premier McNeil.
Do we need to have discussion on that, or is that just for information?
Just for information. But just for more information, the mayor and I have been meeting every Wednesday since April 1st on Zoom with all of the CAOs, clerks, and mayors and wardens in the province. And there has been a lot of work that has been done with NSFM and the Association of Municipal Administrators. One of the things that we had done was the lost revenue survey, which apparently Nova Scotia is ready and able to inform the federal government what is needed, that between $64 and $68 million. No other province that we're aware of has that much detail at this time. So like I said, we've been meeting since April 1st, every single Wednesday.
Good to know. Act of Pictou County.
So this is the Act of Pictou County monthly report that normally is in your council package, but it was late arriving, so it's just for your information.
Thank you.
I do want to bring up play boxes that are coming. There was some money left over in the budget under Act of Pictou County, apart from the town's budget. And the other municipalities in the county, I believe, New Glasgow definitely is doing one, and I believe Westville. And what they are is they're metal box, and they're put in a playground area or a park, and they have things placed in them like a frisbee, basketball, that sort of thing that people, if they come there, they can use while they're there. They could take it home, but you know, if they want a basketball that bad, then who am I?
1 day, 2 days?
Maybe a week.
I know, everybody, that's the first thing everybody says.
The thought is there.
Yes, and the other thing that she highlighted was the Dream Esteem Project, and she's partnering with Dream Candy in its second week, where they have 11 participants across the county are taking part, and that's done virtually.
Okay. MLA Elizabeth Smith, lacrosse.
Just, there's the Pictou County Volunteer Ground Search and Rescue.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
No, that's just a thank you for the donation that we made to their organization under the annual grants program. They're very appreciative. And the letter from MLA Elizabeth Smith McCrossan is just letting us know that her colleague, Mr. David Ritchie, the MLA for Truro, Bible Hill, Millbrook, Salmon River, will be assuming the critic role for the municipal affairs and Department of Municipal Affairs and Housing.
Nova Scotia Communities Culture and Heritage.
This is something that was sent on June 16th, and government is preparing to proclaim amendments made to the Heritage Property Act. And Craig Beaton, who's the Executive Director of the Culture and Heritage Development Program, is looking for feedback from our municipality on 2 items that may better support registered municipal heritage properties in areas being considered for a municipal heritage conservation district or cultural landscapes. And that is in your package there.
Madam Chair, I would suggest that we send this to the Planning Advisory Committee with a recommendation back to council.
Do we need a motion, Mary?
Yes.
No.
Well, you could just, if all others agree.
Everyone agree? So be it.
Yeah.
Okay, and F was,
The next was a request that came from the parents representing the NRHS Safe Grad 2020 parent group. They're requesting, they're doing a movie at the Highland Drive-In and a Safe Grad movie night on the 29th of June. Obviously with the COVID-19, everything was different this year for them, so they're going to do a local band and a movie with treats and fireworks, and so they've asked for a donation, and I believe council has pre-approved that via email, but if we can make it official, that would be great.
I'd make a recommendation.
Push a button.
I'd make a recommendation that we go ahead with it.
I second that recommendation.
Can you give me an amount?
250.
250.
I second recommendation for 250.
Thank you.
okay, all in favor? Aye. Motion passed. That we donate 250 to Safe Grad. Okay, that's it for that. So, Rink Demolition tender recommendation.
You're up, Blaine.
Okay, I just said that we, the Rink Demolition tender recommendation.
I don't have any recommendation,
I do.
Can read that out. 2 bids were submitted for the above project for the Rink demolition tender. The following table summarizes the tender. So there were 2 tenders received. The first one was Verhagen Demolition Limited in the amount of $123,050. Weeks of completion is 2, and the second one was from Dexter Construction Company Limited for the amount of $194,005, and that weeks of completion is 8. The town engineer recommends Verhagen Demolition for the above project.
So we need to make a motion.
You may need to make a recommendation to council.
Recommendation, yeah.
I make a recommendation that we take the lowest bid, Verhagen.
I'll second that recommendation.
All in favor? Aye. Motion passed.
Can I ask, you don't mind, the roof, Blaine, I had several people ask me about the roof, and because it was relatively new, some people want to reclaim it. I believe the RCAF club mentioned. Is there any way, or is that an impossible?
I'll have to look into that and get back to you. I know it won't be possible once they put a site security fence up. There'll be no one on site after that.
Yeah, I just wondered before that if, I don't know if they're going to use it, they're just going to trash it before that, if somebody wants to go in and strip it, and I don't know, there'll probably be legalities like insurances and everything else, but anyway, good to check out.
Yeah, we'd have to look into legalities of that as well too, so.
Thank you.
Now, we have here seasonal water.
Yes, and I added the Randall Street project. So Randall Street infrastructure upgrades. The 3 bids were submitted for the Randall infrastructure upgrades project. SW Weeks Construction, $746,872.10. Dexter Construction Company, $1,362,267. CF Construction, $788,405.50. The tender forms were checked and prices verified, and the bid is under the town's capital budget, and the town engineer recommends awarding the tender to the low bidder, SW Weeks Construction.
Make a recommendation that we take the lowest tender, SW Weeks.
I second that recommendation.
Yes, on the question. Go ahead.
Thank you. SW Weeks is the same kind of did Jubilee Avenue.
Yes, that's correct.
Excellent. Jubilee's really well done, so I'm happy that they're a successful bidder. Thank you.
On the question, Madam Chair. Can you remind me, Blaine, is this part of the project that we were going to apply for a funding for, or is this, yeah?
Yeah, we applied for funding. We haven't heard back yet, as far as I know, Susan, so. No.
We didn't hear back yet, but council did approve that in the event that we didn't get approval for funding from the province, that they would move ahead under the capital project.
And
We also, we can also use gas tax for the sanitary portion as well.
Yes.
so we're going for the project overall, not portion of it.
We haven't heard back from the province yet if we're
Okay.
successful, but if we do, then that will go towards this amount.
So whether we get the funding or not, we're going for the full project?
That is
Just-
correct.
Just remind me? Okay.
Yes, that
thank
is
you.
correct.
Okay.
Just for the one street, though, we talked about 3 streets. That or this is
Yes,
just
sorry,
one.
yes,
Yeah.
it's just Rundle Street.
It's just Randall Street, yeah.
But if we get the funding, we're going for the full.
Yes, and that,
my understanding.
and I'm thinking that because the other 2 will not be done till 2021, we probably would not be successful in getting funding for that portion of the project. But we will we could potentially get funding portion for Rundle.
The 2021 money's going to be pretty tight.
Yes.
Blaine, on the question there, I was asked about Park Street. So when Victoria and Allen are being done with water and sewer, they have to tie into Park Street, which would be ripped up. Is that not correct?
Yes, that's correct. We have Allen and Rundle ready to go whenever the design and the plan's ready to go, and we'd have to tie into Park Street, yeah.
Yeah.
Park Street infrastructure has to be looked at as well, because we haven't reviewed Park Street
Yeah.
too as well, so.
Thank you.
So, on the question? What? That's not what I meant, so sorry. Are we ready to proceed?
Yeah.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Oops.
Yes, Weeks approached me or called me today, and they want to start ASAP.
Oh,
So
yeah.
technically, we can't,
Go.
we have to wait till July council meeting to,
Go.
okay, okay.
See, if we had council instead of coming to the whole, you would have been approved
Yeah, go ahead.
So, do we need a motion on that, or is that all right? Very good.
All right. Yeah, that is good
Yeah.
news.
Residents will be
Danny, you're
happy,
right,
I'm
they
sure.
do good work.
So next, water conservation. No. Seasonal water testings.
Yeah.
Oh,
Blaine, how are
Yes,
you?
I'm good, how are you, son?
Good, good. When the previous engineer used to sit in that spot, first thing I would say is, how are you? He would always say, good. So I got a call from a resident. Call came from the same resident that called me last year. And last year, we weren't able to do anything. And I'm assuming this year you're going to give me the same answer. The only difference this year is I'm not going to accept it.
You're not going to get that answer, so.
Okay. So, water has a taste to it. I know the reasons for it. I heard the reasoning multiple times. How can we solve this?
Although the timing the timing of the water complaints does coincide with the running of the gas barrel up the river.
Yeah.
We are not sure if that's what's causing the problem or not.
Okay.
We're just speculating. So I've been in talks with CBCL the start of March before COVID became an issue. We discussed having kind of a pilot project, possibly with Dalhousie University and CBCL. That kind of fell by the wayside because of the COVID, right? So, but what I can tell you, I've been with our talks with CBCL. There's two other issues that it could be. One is nitrates from fertilizer, runoff from farmland that's in our watershed, upstream from the water treatment plant. It's highly unlikely that this is the issue, but starting tomorrow, we should have balls in place. We're going to start testing for nitrates in the water.